Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome back to this channel. So this is me Alia Wahid, and in this video we are going to discuss about the morphology of protozoa. So in the previous video we have discussed about what is the protozoa. We have discussed about its diversity, its habitat, and we also discussed its classification. But now we are discussing its morphology, that it about its size and about its structure. So the size of protozoa is about greater than 0.1 micrometer, and it can be seen with your naked eye. Some of the protozoa can be seen, but there are some protozoa which cannot be seen, but mostly can be seen with your naked eye because they are the eukaryotic cellular nature. Now if we discuss the cellular structure, so they lack cell wall, they have no definite cell wall around them, but they has a plasma membrane around them. And some protozoa has extra outer layer which is called as pericycle. So this pericycle is very rigid in nature, and it is providing protection to that protozoa when there are the extreme climatic condition, like very warm temperature or very cool temperature. So this outer layer of pericycle will protect the protozoa from this severe condition. Next, they also consist of various kind of food digesting vacuoles, in which the food goes to these vacuoles and digest in it. And there is a lot of locomotory projections are present in them, like a few protozoa has flagella in them. These flagella help them to move. Some protozoa has pseudopodia which help them to move, and some has cilia in them. Now we are going to classify protozoa on the base of their structure and on the base of their locomotory projections. So here are some classification of protozoa. So it is classified on the base of its structure and on the base of locomotory projections. So there are the four groups in which protozoa is divided. First group is flagellated protozoa. So as its name indicates, so their locomotory projection will be flagella. Some are amoeboids, some are sporozoans, can also be called as epicomplexans, and some are ciliated protozoans. So now the first type of protozoa is the flagellated protozoa. Let's discuss their structure. So they have spindle shaped structure like that. As you can see in the diagram, they have spindle shape, and they has outer membrane which is called as pedicicle, like you can see in the diagram. So this outer membrane is called as pedicicle, and it will protect this protozoa in the harm or in the severe conditions. And if we are going to discuss its locomotory projection, so its locomotory projection is flagella, and there can be two or more than two flagellas can be present. So as you can see here, the flagella present, so it will help in the locomotion of this protozoa. So there are some examples of flagellated protozoa. The first is the Trichomonas species, and the second is Trypanosoma species. Now we also discussed that these protozoa will cause what type of diseases in humans. Like if we see that Trichomonas species is causing urinary infections in the humans, because it goes to urinary tract and it will cause infection there, it will damage the mucosa of this urinary tract. Now the second type of protozoa is Trypanosoma species. It is causing African sleeping sickness. So it is separated by a mosquito, and it is causing sleepiness and this like disease. The next type of protozoa is the ciliated protozoa. So let's discuss their shape. So they have very fixed type of shape in them. So and they have a pedicycle around them, as you can see in the diagram. So this diagram represented the paramecium, and their locomotory projection is always cilia. As their name indicates, they are ciliated protozoa. So due to their locomotory projection, they are named as ciliated protozoa. Let's discuss about their reproduction. So they are reproduced by the binary fission. Almost most of the protozoans are reproduced by this binary fission, but there is a specific group which has specific type of reproduction in it. But almost most of protozoa are reproduced through the binary fission process. Let's discuss the examples of ciliated protozoa. So there are two examples. First is paramecium, which is really important in that group. So paramecium is not causing a specific type of disease in humans, but we cannot say that it is not related to a disease, because it acts as a disease spreading agent. So it can spread a disease from one human to another human. So therefore it is represented, it can spread disease in humans. The second type is Bacillus coli, and it is causing intestinal infections in the humans. Now let's discuss the other classification of protozoa. So the third type of protozoa is amoeboids. So amoeboids, let's discuss their structure. So they have no shape in them, no definite shape in them, as you can see in the picture. So due to the absence of pericycle, so there is no outer covering around them, so therefore they have no definite shape of them. Let's discuss about their locomotory projection. So they have pseudopodia as their locomotory projections, and they move by it. So you can see they have various type of fragments or projection coming out. So these projections are called as pseudopodia, and they move with the help of it. And they also ingest food by this pseudopodia, ingest and engulf in itself. And there are various kind of food vacuoles, like this is the food vacuole which is present inside it. Inside this food vacuole, the food is going to be digested, and then the amoeba will take energy from it. Various kind of water vacuoles are also present, and contractile vacuole is also present in that structure. They are also going to reproduce by the process of binary fission, and some example of amoeba